What's up, guys? Welcome to a quick video here. We got some breaking news from a couple hours ago. We see the Chiefs running back Damien Williams has opted out for the 2020 season. There's probably going to be a handful of other guys doing that before Monday deadline. But tonight is Wednesday, July 29th. It's like about 7 o'clock at night. So I kind of just wanted to recap it, and we're going to also update my projection document. I had Damien Williams projected slightly higher than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But we're going to automatically, we'll update these live and we'll get the rankings in and see where I think he's going to land. But before we do that, I do want to look at a couple things that I found interesting just on Twitter looking around for stats. But Ian Hartitz here at iHartitz, he he found the running back rankings here for all of Andy Reid's RBs. And these are all their RB1s. And I mean, that's got a huge range, but the lowest numbers that you find are going to be like RB 36. Otherwise, every running back besides Damien Williams last year, he's had a RB2 or better. And the percentage of him probably getting a top 10 RB is really good. If you look at some of these numbers, 11, 11, 5, 7, 4, 1, 1, 3, 3, 8, 1, 7, 2, 5, and 8. That's probably over half the numbers are like in these top 10. So Andy Reid, RB1. And then I was wondering, okay, well, what about rookies? Well, recently we had Kareem Hunt's rookie season where he got a 67.2% target share, carry share, and then 11.6% target share. LaShawn McCoy's rookie season, about 40% carries, 10% targets. And then you got Brian Westbrook here, who is kind of different because he didn't play a rookie season with him. But second season and third season, we look at this third season, that's where his numbers really ballooned. So I'm kind of going to be projecting him around Kareem Hunt's numbers. But again, this is a first-round running back that they took. Pat Mahomes wanted him. He texted Clyde. That's the player to go get. So we're going to go ahead here into my projection document, and let's just take a look at where I left off before. So I do have Clyde Edwards up here. I had him projected for about 140 carries, 660 yards, and 5 touchdowns, and I already had him at about 7.8% of the target share. So because Damien Williams is not playing, I would expect them to sign another running back, whether it's LaShawn McCoy, Devonta Freeman, Lamar Miller. There's a couple other guys that they might bring in. So I think I'm just going to cross Damien Williams' name off the board, and I'm just going to put free agent. So we're still going to give this guy slightly some numbers here, but I guess I'm going to start. This is kind of how I do my projection. So at 405 up here in the green, I have the Chiefs attempting 405 total attempts. So if I just plugged in Clyde Edwards at 65% of those carries, that gives him 263 right there. So I'm going to kind of lowball it. And so we know the number we want to reach is 405. So I'm going to kind of keep working my way up. So I'm going to take a 40 out of the free agent and we'll give 180 to Clyde. Let's go down to 75 and 205 here. So we still got a lot of carries left to go for Clyde. I guess 205 carries. If we divide that real quick, that's about 50%. So I still think we got to get him at least to 60%. So if we just drop that a little bit, and we'll drop that up a little bit. So now we're at about 230 carries divided by the 405 that we mentioned. That's only 56%. So there's still a ton of room for him to get even more work than that. So let's just creep it up a little bit more at 240. We'll lower that to 40. And I mean, that's kind of a crazy range. Actually, we're going to leave it at what it was. So 230 carries. Now let's figure out, just a healthy amount of yards for Clyde. So let's just put in, we'll add 200 yards for now, 860. We'll take away some yards here, 440. So that's still a really low carry. Let's drop another 200 and give another 200. So that's giving him 4.6 yards per carry. The free agent running back's looking pretty good at 4.8. I don't really know if that is something that's, going to happen. So let's just lower that a little bit. Down to 4 yards per carry. And now, I mean, if you're giving the guy 60% of the carries roughly, we have to give him about 60% of the touchdowns. So I'm going to drop this number for the free agent down to about 3, and we'll tack on 3 rushing touchdowns for Clyde. So now he's got 8 rushing touchdowns, just over 1,000 yards, and 230 carries. So we're looking pretty good here. And I mean, I know the 60% mark is not necessarily going to happen for sure, but it really depends on who they bring in. This is just speculation for now. I would expect him with a first-round pick, and the team really wanted him to be there. I guess I have him at about 56% of the carries, so that's fine. But then we got to get this target share up a little bit because we know we really don't know what the free agent's going to do. So I'm going to kind of just drop down 10 receptions here. We'll just throw 10 to Clyde, and then we'll drop basically the targets here equally. So now I got Clyde Edwards at about 10% target share. Maybe we'll even up that a little bit here if we just took out a few here and popped in 60. So that's gonna get him over the 10% target share. We'll just kind of fudge these numbers a little bit. And this is just off the cuff projecting here. I'm not really even thinking what I'm doing right now. It's just kind of really quick. And then what I do is I'll sit with these numbers and I'll think about them for a little bit, and I'll start to tweak them here and there. So now I got Clyde Edwards at 48 receptions, 60 targets, 375 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, the touchdowns I really don't know. It really depends on who this free agent running back is. So I'm going to keep bumping them towards Clyde's way. So now I got a final stat line here for Clyde Edwards. And I'm going to sit with this number for a little while. It's not going to be my end-all, be-all number, but 230 carries, 1,060 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, 48 receptions on 60 targets, 375 receiving yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. So that gives him a 10% target share. Again, I'll do the math real quick on the carry share. And I got him going for 57, roughly 56, 57% of the carries. So these numbers could be low, as we saw with Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's rookie season, he saw 67% carries and 11.6 target share. So I have him lower than those numbers. So these numbers could be kind of like a floor, I guess, if you will. So now we're going to go ahead here and we'll filter to my running backs tab. And I'm just going to hit PPR. And boom, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is up at my RB10. And again, I'm telling you, Kareem Hunt had 67% carry share. I have Clyde Edwards at 57. So there's room for him to grow, and he's in probably the best offense in the league. Maybe outside, like Baltimore can argue, but for traditional offenses, Kansas City is where it's at. So I have him clocking in at running back 10, just a few, about 10 points out of RB8. And I can see myself, I could easily convince myself to boost some of these numbers. Like I said, I'm only got him at 56%. I want to get him at 60, so there's opportunity for growth there. But we got him at 12 touchdowns. That's a lot for a rookie. So I guess I'm going to temper my expectations. I just did a mock draft where I took him 7th overall just for the hell of it. But as of right now, it looks like Clyde Edwards is going to be a top 10 back. And assuming everything goes well with the rest of the team, the Chiefs are going to be super exciting to watch. So I think that's going to do it for this video. If you have any projections or comments for your thoughts on Clyde Edwards being an RB1 this year, go ahead and leave them below. And don't forget to like and comment the video, subscribe to the channel. And thank you. We'll see you in another video. Peace.